So we're going to spend a little bit of time cleaning our own house before we clean the world's house, but we're not going to do a whole session just on ourselves. So we're going to do maybe 10 or 15 minutes of deep inner work, and then we're going to really focus on the planet. And we're going to know that we have the power within us to do this. We can stop this absolute insanity between NATO and Russia. We can stop the insanity between Israel and Palestine and all the other places where there's war. And so let's do it. Let's do it. So we're going to meditate. And we're going to start with some deep breaths. Full deep inhales, relaxed exhales. Continue breathing fully, freely, and deeply throughout the meditation. At all times during the meditation, you are in control. You can accept or reject anything I say. And you will be entering a theta brainwave state, a highly powerful and creative state. And you will be able to remain awake and aware while in this theta state, sensitive to your thoughts and feelings, and able to respond to anything that requires your attention. You'll be able to recall everything you experienced during the meditation, and you will only use the information that is for your benefit and the benefit of others. So continue to breathe and relax, breathe and relax. So now let's state an intention for this meditation. Our intention is that we are going to bring peace to ourselves and we're going to bring peace to the world. That is our intention. So let's begin by going down the stairway, and with each step, feel yourself going deeper and deeper into meditation. Going down, going deeper. Staying fully present in this moment. If you have any distracting thoughts, just gently bring yourself back to the present moment. And if you have any stress or tension in your body, see if you can let it go at the very next breath. So you're almost to the bottom of the stairway, letting go, letting go. And now you've reached the bottom of the stairway. And in front of you, there is a tunnel. At the end of the tunnel is a light. There is also a doorway leading into the light. So you have a choice. You can go through the tunnel or through the doorway into the light. So now you're reaching the light, and you find yourself in your favorite place in nature. Everything is alive. You can smell a fragrance in the air. You can feel the earth under your feet. You can hear the sounds of nature all around you. And you see bright, vivid colors everywhere you look. This is a beautiful, peaceful place where you can get away from the cares and concerns of the world. It's a place where you feel completely safe, completely at peace, and completely free. So take a moment to walk around in your favorite place in nature, noticing the sights, the sounds, and the smells. And now up ahead in the distance, you see a tall, radiant being of light walking toward you. This is your all-wise, all-loving, all-knowing higher self. Do not worry about how well you can visualize your higher self. Just know that this beautiful being is walking toward you and is now standing right in front of you. Imagine you're able to gaze into the depths of wisdom in this beautiful being's eyes. Your higher self knows everything about you, knows exactly what you need for the next step on your soul path, and has the answers to any questions that may arise. And you can ask your higher self questions at any time and receive clear and accurate answers. So go ahead and give your higher self a big hug, feeling all the love, power, and wisdom pouring into your meditating body. Now, directly behind your higher self, there is a spaceship. And there are steps leading up to an open door. Your higher self motions for you to come aboard the spaceship. And so you're climbing aboard. There's a large circular room with a comfortable chair in the middle. You're going to walk over and sit down in the comfortable chair while your higher self becomes the captain or pilot of the spaceship. The door closes. You feel a gentle lifting motion. You look out the window and see your beautiful place in nature dropping away below you as you rise up into the atmosphere of Earth. All of a sudden, a flash of golden light goes through the spaceship. You feel a surge of electricity move through your body. As you look down at your body, it's shimmering and sparkling with golden lights. You are now in your meditative light body. Now, your meditative light body has several wonderful qualities. You can float through solid objects. You can speed up time, slow it down, and even stop time. You can make yourself invisible. You are highly telepathic in any language with any being. And you have the power of miraculous healing. And today you're going to use that power of miraculous healing to heal yourself and your beloved Earth. So we're going to start the healing with ourselves. So go ahead and imagine that you are able to see everything in your subconscious mind. Just pretend that your whole subconscious mind is right in front of you. Right in front of you. And you can see all the layers of your subconscious mind. You can see all the program, all the conditioning, all the belief system, all the poor negative beliefs, all the negative thoughts, all the traumatic emotions, all the emotional issues, all the obstacles, all the barriers, everything that is in any way taking away from your peace. Anything that is taking away from your peace is exposed in the light of your meditative light body, the light of your higher self that is guiding you through this meditation. So go ahead, and we're going to use what we call holographic projectors, which are on the deck of the spaceship. And these holographic projectors can display anything we want them to display. And so we're going to display the contents of our subconscious minds. And we're going to specifically bring to the light all less than peaceful thoughts that may be in your subconscious mind. We already mentioned that includes belief systems, That includes negative beliefs. It includes layers of conditioning and programming. Anything that is taking away from your peace, we're going to shine the brilliant light of God directly into those layers of our subconscious mind that are contributing to war and conflict on planet Earth. Everything and anything that is in your consciousness that is contributing in any way to war or conflict on planet Earth is now being brought to the light. We're shining the light of truth, God's loving light, pure, unconditional loving light, directly into every layer of the subconscious mind that needs healing. So this is a purification and cleansing. It's a bit of hard work in some cases. For some, you might feel that this is difficult to do. That's okay. If it feels difficult, we're going to do it anyway. If it feels like it's hopeless, let it feel hopeless. We're going to do it anyway. If your ego is trying to talk you out of it, we're going to do it anyway. The ego can watch. We're not going to let the ego interfere in this healing. So every core negative belief in your subconscious mind, we're going to turn around with statements of truth. And we're now going to say the statements of truth that are replacing the core negative beliefs in your subconscious mind. I am a peaceful, loving, creative, intelligent child of God, created in the image and likeness of God. My love for this earth is immense. It is unlimited. It is powerful, omnipotent. It is omniscient. It is omnipresent. And my love for this earth is powerful beyond belief, literally beyond belief, that it is powerful beyond belief. And God loves me now and forever. I deserve God's love now and forever because of who I am. And God's love is replacing all negative thoughts in my subconscious mind, especially those thoughts that are contributing in any way whatsoever to war and conflict on planet Earth. And so we're purging and cleansing those thoughts and replacing them with God's love. You say the following to yourself: I am a perfect, whole, complete child of God, just as I am. I do not need to change in order to receive God's love. I do not need to change to be a powerful force for peace in this world. And we're going to declare that we are attracting kind, loving, supportive people into our lives to assist us in our mission to bring peace to this earth, the perfect right people coming in to help us manifest peace on earth. And we are absolutely 100% innocent. There is no guilt, no shame, no judgment whatsoever within us. We are pure, innocent children of God, created that way, always will be that way, regardless of what we have done on the earth plane, regardless of our thoughts and feelings we have had in the past on the earth plane. We are loved, we are loved, we are loved, we are innocent, we are innocent, we are innocent. And we're going to reach down underneath all these layers of the subconscious mind, and we're going to lift these layers up into the light of God, releasing into the heart of God. And we're going to ask our higher self and spirit guides to remove all remaining negative imprints from our subconscious mind, anything whatsoever that could possibly contribute to war, poverty, misery, suffering, conflict, prejudice, oppression, slavery, propaganda, whatever it is that's negative on the earth. And so we're going to declare now all is healed, blessed, and forgiven, healed, blessed, and forgiven, healed, blessed, and forgiven. And we're going to seal the space, which means none of the negativity of our subconscious mind is going to carry forth into the future. And any negative thoughts that enter our consciousness from this point forward will have absolutely no negative consequences on planet Earth. They will simply dissipate into the ethers with no force or power behind them. The only thoughts in our consciousness that will have force behind them are the positive, loving thoughts. And we're going to now focus on our positive, loving thoughts. And we're going to go into these positive, loving thoughts, and we're going to magnify them using a special crystal in the center of the spaceship. It's a beautiful quartz crystal, shimmering and sparkling with golden light, and it has the ability to magnify only our loving, peaceful thoughts trillions of times. Any thoughts that are not loving and peaceful will have absolutely no effect whatsoever on this healing. They will not be magnified. They will simply dissipate into nothingness. So our loving, peaceful thoughts are being magnified trillions of times, and we're pouring these loving thoughts in a beam of golden light from our spaceship down into the earth. In addition to the amplification crystal, the magnification crystal, we also are going to call forth the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, and the great beings of light from the great central sun, and all other beings that are perfect, right, and appropriate to assist us in this healing. They're going to join us, and their thoughts of peace are going to be magnified as well. And we're going to all join together now and send a beam of peace and love into our beloved earth. And we're going to focus first on the trouble spots around the earth. And then we're going to go to every country and every soul on the earth, including astral entities, extraterrestrials, nature spirits, plants and animals. Any life forms whatsoever that are part of the earth will receive this amplified loving light directly from the heart of God through us and through the angels, archangels, ascended masters, etc. So let us begin directing this beam of light. And we're going to start with the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. And we're going to include all of the members of the NATO organization, all the members of the European Union, all the members of the United States government, all the members of what is commonly called the military-industrial complex, all the members of the Kremlin, all of the bodies of Senate or whatever they're called, Parliament, whatever the different bodies, governing bodies are in those countries, of the Western countries and Russia. Let's include China, we're the governing body of China, and any other countries that are influencing Russia or the West. We're going to include those in this healing, and we're going to visualize this peaceful, loving, amplified energy going into the soldiers in both countries, the Ukrainian soldiers, the Russian soldiers, any mercenaries or helpers that are assisting the soldiers from other countries, all of the weaponry and those operating the weaponry, they're being blasted with this beautiful golden loving light that's being amplified through us and through the angels and archangels. And we see this beam of light pouring into the hearts and minds and souls of the soldiers and the commanders, the military upper management, the colonels, the generals, all of the souls involved, all of the special forces, the different mercenary groups, all of the groups that are fighting in this war, regardless of what side they're fighting on, are being bathed in this amplified, loving light. And we're going to go to the corporate boards of the military companies, and we're going to go to the European Union and the NATO organization, to all of the officials of these organizations. And we're going to pour God's loving light into the hearts and minds and souls of each and every member of NATO and European Union and US government, Canadian government, UK government, all of the Western European countries that are part of these agreements, all of the officials that have anything whatsoever to do with this war, that make any of the decisions regarding this war, including secret societies, hidden organizations that are not in the public eye, media organizations, all of the media companies that are promoting the propaganda for either side, and anyone else that is financing this conflict, promoting this conflict in any way. They're all being filled with God's loving light, every cell, atom, and molecule of their being filled with God's loving light. And we're not violating anyone's free will unless they're violating the free will of the people, in which case we're allowed to neutralize their negative thoughts as they leave their aura and go out into the world. We're allowed to neutralize those thoughts if they are a direct violation of these people of Earth. Now let's turn our attention to Israel and Palestine, including Lebanon, Syria, Iran, Iraq, and any other countries in the Middle East that are in any way associated. Yemen, the Houthis, however you say their names, and the Hamas organization, the Israeli government, Mr. Netanyahu, and all of the other souls involved in this conflict between Israel and Palestine. And we're going to go into Lebanon and Syria and the other countries that are being affected as well. We're going to pour God's loving light into every single member of the parliaments of these countries, the senates of these countries, the presidencies or prime ministers of these countries. And we're going to go to the weaponry, to the soldiers who are operating the weapons, the military commanders, all of the organizations that are in any way whatsoever promoting this war between Israel and Palestine, or any of the larger conflicts that seem to want to happen in the Middle East. We're going to put this neutralizing energy in. It's pure love, but it's also having the effect of neutralizing any violations of free will that seem to be occurring among the militaries of these countries. And we're going to see the weapons being thrown down or turned in or melted down, or however they want to deactivate the missiles, all the launch codes for the missiles for any of these countries, including Russia and Ukraine, the launch codes being neutralized in the weapons so that no heavy-duty missiles with nuclear or other technologies can be used to destroy people or infrastructure, that those weapons will not be allowed to be used, that the weapons are being neutralized. They will never even make it out of the silos, or they will explode high up in the atmosphere if they are somehow managed to get out of the silo. So we are basically neutralizing the program that controls the launch codes in the weapons of mass destruction. And we are allowed to do this. This is the good news. We are allowed to neutralize these weapons because they would violate the free will of souls on earth who do not want war. So we are going to continue now to go to other trouble spots around the earth, including countries in Africa that have unrest, countries in Asia that have unrest, countries in North and South America that have unrest, the island nations, any place where there is oppression or enslavement, the Uyghur people in China, for example, and other groups that have been oppressed or enslaved. And we're going to fill each and every one of them with God's loving light. And we're going to fill the perpetrators of war in these other countries with God's loving light, and the victims of war with God's loving light. And we're going to move across the face of the earth to each and every country that is in any way affected by these negative thoughts of the warmongers or those who promote war. And we're going to go to every government of the world, and we're going to go to every media station in the world, and we're going to fill the hearts and minds of the newscasters, reporters, journalists, and the think tanks, the symposiums, the forum, all of the different bodies of people, delegates, delegations, United Nations, NGOs, non-governmental organizations, institutions, foundations, and all of the people who run these institutions and foundations that influence the politicians, the lobbyists, the cartels, the banking cartel, the pharmaceutical cartel, the educational cartel, the drug cartels, whether legal or illegal. All of these organizations filled with God's loving light, going into the hearts and minds and souls of all those who are directing these organizations or influencing these organizations, and to all the victims of war. Let's go now to the victims of war. So we're going to go to all those families who have lost loved ones in the wars, and we're going to fill them with God's loving light and comfort them with beautiful, loving energy and prayers. And we're going to go to all of the injured soldiers, as well as the soldiers who have died, and those who are in the process of dying, helping them out of their bodies, helping them into a good place between lifetimes, and helping the ones that are recovering from their injuries, and anyone who's in the path of the war, anyone whose buildings are getting bombed, civilians who are getting shot or bombed in these wars, and all of the families of those civilians, and anyone else that is being adversely impacted by these wars. We're going to fill them with God's golden, radiant, loving light. And we're now going to take all of the people we have just worked on, and we're going to lift them all up into the heavens, releasing them into the heart of God. And we're going to ask our higher self and spirit guides to remove all of the negative imprints of these wars on the people we have just worked on. All is healed, blessed, and forgiven, healed, blessed, and forgiven, healed, blessed, and forgiven. And we're going to do what's called sealing the space, which means none of the negative effects of these wars are going to carry forth into the future. And now we're going to do a technique which is called reverse timeline healing. We're going to do the second part of the technique, which is to visualize and know that we are creating world peace. And we're going to go ahead and visualize peace in every country of the earth. We're going to see every country scaling down their military budgets, spending money, helping humanity instead of building more weapons. And so we see the military budgets of every country on earth being reduced substantially, so that eventually there is no more need for weapons, manufacturing of weapons. And we're going to see the right size of police forces, the right size of militaries, that is the maximum amount that is necessary just to maintain peace and order, but nothing beyond that. We'll see all the nuclear weapons being dismantled and neutralized, and any other weapons of mass destruction we're going to see being neutralized. So we're going to go ahead now and see peace treaties being signed between Russia and Ukraine, peace treaties being signed with NATO and the European Union, also signing these peace treaties, promising they won't keep encroaching on Russia and pushing Russia to retaliate and things like that. And we see peace between Israel and Palestine. We see this Palestine state being recognized as a legitimate state. We also see those who insist on killing and raping and murdering and terrorism being, having the appropriate response for terrorists, which is to receive their negative karma back on them according to the highest and best way for their souls to evolve, whatever that looks like, whether it looks like being imprisoned or being re-educated or whatever it looks like. So we're going to see the peace and the reconstruction of Gaza and other places that have been destroyed in war. And we're going to go through the African countries and the Asian countries where there are conflicts. And we're going to see peace treaties being signed. And we're going to see the weapons being disposed of in ways that stop the toxic leaking into the soil and the groundwater, the depleted uranium and other chemicals from the weapons. We see that all being cleaned up so that within a few short years, even war zones are going to be livable once again. And so we're going to see a massive cleanup of planet Earth from all of the destructive elements of war, poverty, misery, and suffering. And in their place, we're going to see prosperity, true prosperity, see people with smiles on their faces as they look forward to a wonderful future, peace, cooperation between all nations. And we're going to visualize this, and we're going to see this as the absolute truth for planet Earth. And we're going to thank the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, and everyone else that's part of this healing. And we're going to now, one more time, we're going to reach down underneath our entire planet and lift her up into the heart of God, releasing her into the heart of God, always healed, blessed, and forgiven. And we're going to seal the space. In the name of Almighty Father, Mother God, so be it, and so it is. And now we're going to deactivate the amplification crystal, and we're going to thank all of the beautiful beings of light that have assisted us in this healing. And we're going to thank our higher self for being part of this healing and directing this healing. And we're going to slowly descend back into the atmosphere of Earth. And now way down below you, you can see your favorite place in nature where you began this journey. And now your ship is beginning to lightly touch down in your favorite place. And now you're getting up from your comfortable chair and walking to the door, thanking your higher self for a wonderful journey, for a powerful healing. And now you're walking back out of the spaceship and back into your favorite place in nature. Once again, noticing the sights and sounds and smells of this beautiful place. And up ahead is the tunnel or doorway where you came in. And now you're walking back through the tunnel or doorway until you come to the flight of stairs that leads to a normal waking state. And now you're slowly coming out of meditation. feeling revitalized and refreshed, having only positive effects as a result of this meditation, able to fully recall everything you experienced, using only the information that is for your benefit and the benefit of others. Coming all the way forward into your bodies, wiggling your fingers and toes, opening your eyes when you're ready. And just like that, we're back. So that meditation was slightly shorter than we usually do them, but I don't understand how we could have made it shorter because we did a lot of healing, both in ourselves and our planet. So the last 15 minutes or so, looks like we have almost 20 minutes available, is sharing. And we have a group of about almost 30 people here in Armenia that are welcome to share. And those of you online, some of the people here, English is a distant second language, so you may have somebody who has recorded this and will translate it for you at a later date. And maybe some of you online also will receive a translation of this. So who'd like to share? And I may call on you if you're online and if you're somebody that I think has something to share, but go ahead and just pop in. You don't have to raise your hand.
I would love to share.
Okay, Marilyn.
Yeah, Marilyn and John here. So, oh my gosh, this weekend, I feel like I've been through this deep purification process and also kind of initiation process in myself for a next expanded level of being. And I just feel like, oh my gosh, it was just like the perfect preparation for me to be, I don't know, more effectively receive from the benefit from this meditation myself, and also much more effectively be able to be a conduit for something bigger as well. So I am very grateful.
Well, thank you for making this happen because you're a powerful creator making it happen.
Awesome. Love that.
Okay. Love it, Sal. Love it. Powerful.
Yes, thank you. Who else would like to share? Anyone in the live audience want to share?
Do you want to be sharing? Do you want to be recording sharings?
Even if
Still
if
recording.
it's not your first language, you got the energy of it.
Oh yes, the energy has gone wide and far everywhere through the cosmos. This is Jan. And again, I'm just so grateful for everyone to come together. We're dancing different goddesses here at Niskaya in Franconia, New Hampshire. So there's lots of goddesses who are supporting, like Sophia and Hecate and Vesta or Hesta, depending on what country you're from. And we're going to do Russian mythology next. So there's so many beings besides just us that are here, many ancestors. And I just thank them all for coming. Thank all of you, because this is what makes a difference in each and every one of us. People.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I would like to share.
Okay, Nils?
So, I would like to share that it was very powerful to be here in this meditation, and I felt the extent to which work is happening in the healing of subconscious and the planet Earth. And it is very powerful to see how it is that every layer of subconscious receives this healing, and I zoned out many times, and it is a very interesting experience. So thank you very much, Sal. It was
Thank
very
you. And I think Yenta would like to share something.
The Nichols tied now. Yeah. Нилс нам помогает в Латвии. Это молодой парень, который прошел все линии. Я очень рада. Ты слышишь и, наверное, сам понимаешь, что я говорю. Я хочу поделиться и поблагодарить Сэла за это такую огромную работу, которую мы провели не только сейчас, но вообще во время всего нашего тура, потому что мы находимся тоже в такой точке, где происходит конфликт, да, между Арменией и Азербайджаном.
That's one of the conflicts, yes.
Yeah, Inta wants to share that she's very grateful to Sal that even here now we're all in Armenia, and Armenia is in between a conflict, between Armenia and Azerbaijan.
И я во время этой медитации очень сильно почувствовала, как соединяется энергия между этими странами, идет выравнивание и идет работа, которую мы делаем, так как мы тут из очень разных стран. Мы тут из Латвии, из Литвы, из Армении, из Чехословакии, из России, откуда еще? Из очень многих стран, и что вот эта работа, она распространяется дальше. Она идет очень далеко из-за того, что мы, и те, которые онлайн присоединились из очень разных стран, это очень чувствовалось. Вот как она проходит через весь мир. Я очень благодарна Сэлу за эту важную и очень актуальную работу прямо сейчас.
She could feel the connection between these two countries, Armenia and Azerbaijan, and she could feel how we can influence all this by our energy, and how we are all connected here, even though we are here from all different countries: Lithuania, Latvia, Kazakhstan, Romania, Russia, Czechoslovakia, Czechia. Yeah. No,
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic, yeah. So she's very grateful for this, and she could really feel it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I saw Livia there. Do you have a group, Livia, with you?
Excuse me, I was still in the meditation.
Is
We
it
just
you or do you
finished
have
the
a
first
group
two
with-
segments of Timeline Healing 1, so the students are here with us.
Okay.
And I want to salute you all and to express my gratefulness for doing this together. I think we all together we can tip the scale, and that's it. Very powerful meditation, great subject, great energy of the group. So I really believe that we made a difference with this meditation. Thank you.
Thank you. So, who else would like to share?
I can go. A little similar to what
I can barely hear you, though.
Can you hear me now better?
Now I can hear you.
Okay. I think a little similar to what Marilyn shared at the beginning. I was initiation the last few days the codes of Hathor and Isis, and actually today of Hathor. So, and working with dragons. So the interesting part is like they kind of came with me in the meditation. And from the beginning, even before Sal, you mentioned the amplifying crystal, I just saw our whole group like in a circle and a huge amplifying crystal in the middle, and like connecting and like really from the beginning inviting our higher self and amplifying this beautiful energy. So it was interesting how you know your guidance like mixed with what just came through in my meditation. And it was so beautiful to connect and to send all this peace. It was just beautiful. Thank you so much for all of
Thank
you
you.
amplifying
And
this
you
beautiful
may not be
energy.
able to hear her in the back. She said that Hathor and Isis and And some dragon beings were present, and they were all blessing our earth as well. Anyone else want to share? We still have almost 10 minutes available for sharing, if you want to take the time to share. Otherwise, we'll close it a little bit early. There's some people here who are leaving to catch planes right after the meditation, so we can finish early if people are ready to finish early. Just because it was a little shorter doesn't mean it was less powerful.
Not at all.
In fact, sometimes simple is the most powerful. And this was a very simple meditation, because what could be simpler than God's love? It's not complicated. It's not rocket science. God loves us, period. End of sentence. And we are expressions of that love, if you want to put a second sentence onto it. So it's pretty simple. We make it complicated with our egos, but we don't have to do that. Okay, going once, going twice. And next month, Jan's probably got the dates for next month. I don't know if she put them in the chat. It's the fourth Sunday of the month, usually, unless there's some unusual event. I think this one, was this the fourth or the fifth Sunday?
Yes, the next time is 27th of October, and I would love
27th of
Yes.
October.
Thank you
back in
everyone
Mexico.
for joining and creating this beautiful group energy tonight. And once again, thank
Do you
you.
want to say anything about Egypt in January? Jolanta, do you want to say anything about Egypt?
Yes, let's go to Egypt. You can contact me by sending an email to me or to Jen. We are doing 10 days tour in Egypt together with Sal. We will be doing temple tour, also including Egypt, Cairo, Pyramid, Sphinx.
And obviously, there's a few people here that are interested in that trip as well. So we'll make sure everybody gets the information and plenty of time to put it on their calendar. It's toward the end of January, which is a beautiful time to be there because it's not 45 degrees.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Any other announcements? We have some events in Bulgaria coming up, and you can contact Jan. She will go over the schedule with you for Bulgaria. And in the meantime, let's just keep knowing that we're moving into a peaceful planet. It's happening. It's not a fantasy or wishful thinking. We are moving into a peaceful planet. So thank you all for participating today, and have a wonderful October, since we're right around the corner. And I'll leave this up for just a couple more minutes before I shut it down. So namaste.
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 Thank you, Sal.
Thank you, Sal.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Love
you.
all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.